Well, welcome to TalkUp. I'm your host, Sound Reaper. I got my brother with me like always.
Yo, you already know it's Black. We out here. Welcome to TalkUp, platform we give to the people.
Hey, sit and talk. Our first event, thank everybody for coming out here. We got to talk about some stuff, man. LaQuisha, tell the people about yourself a little bit.
Well, I'm Quisha. My page, Go Galaxy. If you haven't followed that, go follow it. I sell journals, planners. I'm all about women empowerment, chasing your goals, following your dreams, reaching new levels. I'm all about that.
Love, marriage versus planned marriage. It's the first topic. All right.
Look, before we get on to that, I'm addressing my hoodie. I am not taking it off. I'm out here to kill. You understand?
For real.
I'm the Reaper.
No holding back tonight.
Yeah, no holding back.
Right.
No holding back. No, but for real. Ooh, Jesus, they already started. But look, I want you to run down everything so everybody kind of get a glimpse of what we're gonna talk about. Then let's jump into the first topic.
All right, and I forgot to shout out Robert Hand, Two Hands Driving School. If you have any driving issues, come holler at the man. Low prices, the best prices in this area, and the class is fun. You will learn something. Yeah. But the topics of the day is love marriage versus planned marriage. Then I got like 13 or 15 relationship questions for y'all. And these some deep questions. Deep.
And the audience got an itinerary. So we ready. They ready. I'm ready.
Do y'all agree with, which marriage will y'all choose? A love marriage or a planned marriage? Audience?
I don't know how you can plan a marriage.
You don't know how you can plan a marriage?
They tried.
No.
Come on, bro. You the one who was for this planned marriage, the 1 to 4 years of talking.
Who said that? This man right here.
This man right here.
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
Exactly.
The killer's starting to look like a victim.
I put it on.
What are you talking about?
What you talking about for 4 years? Have you ever been in a relationship? Well, not even a relationship. Have you been ever talking to somebody for 4 years?
Yeah.
Oh, arrest my case.
More than 4 years, but he was in the friend zone. He won't. Yeah.
But you talked
after 6 months, you realize that a man can't live up from the friend zone.
Right, but you stayed in that situation for 4 years. Right, but you stayed in that for 4 years.
But you be friends with everybody. I got friends that have been friends with 15 years.
You stayed in
but
it
they just friends
4 years. Right? You
In a
stayed
friendship?
Talking as in dating, or we just talking as in being friends?
I'm talking. It depends because a lot of people.
6 months, I know if I want to level a man up to out the friend zone.
But you dealt with him for 4 years, correct?
As a friend, though.
But you dealt with him for 4 years.
Yeah, we all deal with people for longer than 4
Right,
years.
but yours just
I'm trying to figure
ended,
this out. I need
right?
y'all to see his face. I'm sorry.
I mean, right. I mean, you're still gonna be friends, but my thing is, at the point I'm trying to get to is that it could have easily turned into a relationship after that 4 years, or it could have just simply ended. It just depends on the type of, I guess, communication, if you want to say. But everybody has talked to somebody for at least 4 years, so you can't sit here and tell me that talking for 4 years is ridiculous when people have done it.
Yeah,
But you said establishments before you even start talking to somebody. Are we going to start dating? Are we interested in each other? Or are we just friends?
Okay.
I'm just saying, most people that have been talking for 4 years that actually wind up together, I think wind up separated in some way. They move away, they graduate high school, they go to college, but then they come back together physically within location of each other. But 4 years where you've had a break in between means it's kind of like a restart, because people grow and become different. So the person you knew a year ago might be different than 2 years later when they come back. So I think the 4 years is kind of one of those things that it sounds good in theory, but I don't think it works.
I'm not
You can talk to your friends for 4 years, but I can tell you, if a guy's talking to you for 4 years, on some level, he's probably still trying to get out of that friend zone.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they're gonna cut bait once they realize they ain't getting out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this out there. The man's gonna be mad at me. I'm gonna throw this out there. That 1 to 4 years of talking, I'm pretty sure you are not the only person they talking to.
That's my whole question right
Yeah.
there. So you saying 1 to 4 years of talking, that means I can talk to somebody else?
I mean, who says you're not already doing that?
So that you're okay with that is my question.
I mean, of course. Like, what am I? First of all, if I already know in my mind what the relationship is.
So-
Some people overstep their boundaries. You know, it's just typical.
Right.
We talk about society. We're not talking about me. So we're talking about society. So let's go ahead and throw that out there. So now,
Okay.
when you do say that,
That's tough, right?
it is.
That's tough. You're not if y'all talking.
But what is talking?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I really want to know. What is talking?
Right. But still, see, here's a lot of it's a lot of things because even like your best friend, y'all low key have been talking for about 10, 20 years. How long have y'all ever known each other? Because a lot of best friends end up together. But notice y'all have been talking for years. You know, watch this person go up and down in relationships, up and down, up and down, up and down.
So talking is just talking as friends.
Depending on how you lay the foundation of your relationship, that's what it is. I mean, to me, a real relationship is based on friendship. So therefore, even if it doesn't matter what the talking stage is, regardless if I was your best friend for 15 years, that was almost all of our talking phase.
I disagree. I mean, I'm sorry.
I
bro.
mean,
1 to 4 years of talking is
That's
a
a long
long time talking to
It
somebody.
is. But
Like-
Robert just pointed out a good point. It is. So what happened?
What are we talking about? Like,
Okay,
You're talking about.
but what you didn't define talking? Because talking and dating, those are all
And-
Right, it
in
is.
relationships.
What happened?
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
So let's say I got a girl I went to like college with or whatever, and we stayed as friends through those years, but we weren't talking like you saying,
Yeah.
but we were friends through all those years. And like you said, you come back or we reconnect or whatever.
Yeah.
That what you talking about, or you talking about like
Right.
dating for 4 years?
Exactly.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
That's what
I
I'm
never said dating.
So you mean
Can we
that
get
you
to the
can-
second
I
step? Hey,
never said.
Hold
So
on.
dating.
that stage right there is not even a part of relationship.
That
It,
sounds like
it has to be. It has to be because if, like I said, if you're building on a relationship standpoint, my thing is we have to be friends regardless
That's what
of
I'm
the
about to say.
situation.
Maybe I shouldn't say talking. Maybe it should 1 to 4 years of friendship.
Okay, there we
Does
go.
that sound better?
Talk to me.
Okay.
Talk to me. Talk to me. No.
Talking-
Because people are always suggesting that talking means that we got to be associated with fucking. Why?
Wow.
Why?
We was just trying to figure out what talking meant.
Okay, yeah,
it's a
right.
friendship.
Let's redefine talking. What I mean, because you could get
Let's
into
do
a
it.
relationship. I can tell you, with me and my wife, we got into a relationship before we did the talking.
Mhm.
You know, we sat down and had the talk. Do you want to be a stay-at-home mom? Do you want kids? Do you want a career? You know, these are all things that you should know that most people don't know before
So-
they marry a person.
So define talking for me, sir. You just did.
That's right.
Oh,
But
one to
I
4
think
years
everybody
ago?
else didn't know.
But he wasn't doing that.
Right.
He's
He's not. But
See?
my thing is, y'all going off the context of saying 1 to 4 years. My thing is, this communication is the biggest thing. This is off of a Facebook status. I'm not saying this is
Yeah,
real.
I seen it.
This,
because
but
we're not
talking
about it.
should be communication first of all.
But
So
see,
therefore,
hey,
it should,
but-
if it takes 4 years, then it takes 4 years. If it takes a year, it takes a year. My thing is stop moving at a pace that society is telling you to move at. That's my whole thing. If it takes for you guys to talk, be best friends, be friends, whatever. Not friends with benefits, friends.
Okay, so what is dating?
So I'm finna get into that. Let me get into the dating. I'm sorry. I have to. Okay, you got it.
Okay, if you're talking, and women are gonna blow me up for this,
But you on my side today.
but the talking, you talk about society pushing you. Some of it's biology. That clock is,
Right.
she gonna speed up that talk.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
gonna, it's
But
gonna.
see, what's the rush on commitment? You speed up that talk, then you, like I said, if you baking something, you throw it in there and you bake it prematurely. What's gonna happen?
Oh, it's gonna burn.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
So the next segment, 3 to 7 years of dating. 3 to 7 years of dating. After the 1 to 4 years of talking, now 3 to 7 years of dating. I disagree with this thing because that's what 11 years already invested.
Right.
Let's
And-
talk about what's real. Let's not talk about on the context
Okay, so
of this
if
timeline.
if
Let's
we
talk
give
about
them
what's
the
real.
small, that's 4 years of dating before you are thinking longevity. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
What's the holdup?
All right, hold on. I want to hear from over here. I'm pointing y'all out today. Y'all not about to sit over here and be
I was
quiet.
talking to a man for 4 years. You got it. I can't get it.
That's what I mean, I can't talk to no woman for 4 years. That's a lot of time
You ain't about to
wasted.
waste my time.
A lot of time wasted.
See, but everybody's in fear of wasting time.
Cause time is the biggest
Time
enemy.
You can't get that.
That's the
Right.
biggest
You can't
enemy.
get it back.
Right.
See, because I could have talked to this like you was saying. I can talk to you, and I can talk to him at the same time.
Mm.
But if a man know the woman that he wants, he's not going to sit there and wait to go get her.
Wait.
Yeah, I put it like this from my perspective. I just turned 30, and I was different when I was younger, but I'm at the stage now where, like, if I'm gonna even date a woman, she's gonna be the type of girl that I would make my wife, and I would know that before I even started dating and stuff. It wouldn't take 4 years for me. I mean, it might take 1 or maybe 2, but I would know from the beginning if that's what I wanted to do or not.
Okay. And I understand that.
And also, how many relationships break up during the dating phase? Because I'll be honest with you, you put up with crap from somebody you've got a commitment from that you won't put up with when you're just dating.
Thank you.
When you're dating, it's real easy to block that number on your phone and
Right.
move on.
But how many?
But when you
He
How
dropping
many
too
years-
much gems.
How many,
Hey, hold
how many
on.
years is that?
Hold on, too much.
Hold on, wait. How
Too
many
much
years
gems.
is that?
I don't think there's a timeline on it.
That's what I meant
think
to
my
say.
wife was
So-
at the gas station on Easter,
in-
and we've been together 30 years.
Exactly. So in what he just said, you are looking at the context of saying that my dating phase has to come with a timeline. That's
What's
bullshit.
beyond dating?
That's what I'm saying. You keep jumping to this. What are we defining truly? Because in a relationship, if we're defining time, we have forever. Why are we putting a time label on it?
Can I just say this?
You don't got
Can I say
forever.
this?
I'm sorry.
You're
I'll be
so-
the first one to
Hold on,
tell
wait,
you.
wait,
You don't got
wait.
forever.
No, right, but you're so focused on pushing a lot of time that you're pushing. Then you're gonna push me into a place that I don't want to be with you anymore. And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Let time work itself. If I don't want to be with you, my signs and my actions will show you that. That's what I'm trying to get towards and showing you. And my thing is, you would know that. Like I said, if me and this brother was going after you, you would know exactly who's putting out the more effort. So right. So therefore, when you start pushing it, you get rid of me because I'm bullshitting. Then you push his timetable. Then you pushing him at a pace that he doesn't want to go at. So therefore, now you done push 2 of us away.
That's true.
But can I say
but
something?
everybody's got to be on the right.
Talking from a single man.
We need a.
Hold on.
We
Hold on.
need-
Hold on. I'm gonna let all the queens talk. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk, and I'm gonna let the queens
I
talk.
believe that we need a third category on this, and it's when he's ready. It don't sound like you ready, and that's all it comes down to. That's all it comes down to.
Quisha.
We can't put no timeline on nothing. It's when you're ready. You ain't ready. That's all it is. Even if you met the woman of your dreams tomorrow, if you ain't ready, it don't even matter what she got going
Why?
on. This timeline don't matter. None of that matters if
They
you ain't
start
ready.
making killer.
Amazing.
But we're more loyal. So when we talking to one guy and we find interest in him,
Oh,
we
yes.
go out here talking
I
5
never
and 6
disagree with that.
5 and 6 years. So we sitting here being loyal to y'all. We out here curving all these other dudes that might be ready, but we waiting on you. And when
Right.
we get together and it's just not the right fit,
Mm.
then I just wasted 10 years waiting on somebody when I can already be somebody's wife. That's already ready, but you're never gonna be ready for anything. That's like having kids.
but
I'm
you
pregnant,
never take it as,
but I've never been a mom. But you have to get ready. You're
but you never
ready for
take it
anything.
as something that you wasted your time on. It's
Thank you.
A lesson.
Come on, talk to
a
me,
lesson.
queen.
It's a lesson.
Come talk to me, queen.
I've been in
Woo,
a
Jesus.
on-and-off relationship for 8 years. If we end this tonight, it's not a mistake.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a mistake. And you always end it before you can't be friends anymore.
Yeah.
So
Talk
when
to
you
me,
get to this
queen.
point where
Jesus.
you don't want to deal with this person no more, it's never a mistake. It's always, I done learned this from this relationship. So when I get in my next relationship,
Would you wait 8 years?
no, I wouldn't wait 8
Okay.
years, but that's a lesson learned though. I don't take
Can
that
I
as
just-
a
Well,
mistake.
Well,
Wait,
I think y'all look at marriage wrong because marriage, when you say you're gonna marry this person or get married, you signing a commitment that lasts a lifetime. So, I mean, lesson learned. No, you gotta learn that lesson and still make it work. I mean, that's how I view marriage.
Yeah.
So,
We were in relationships. Now you're married.
I mean, no,
Hey, look,
because
I ain't
all
coming
this,
for him, but baby girl,
all this leads to marriage. I mean, so
baby girl, I ain't got no ring. You feel me?
So let me ask you this. Did you get in a relationship not thinking marriage? Because you are getting in a relationship just to do it, then it's pointless.
I understand.
It's
right,
pointless.
but look, I'm gonna explain to you from a single man perspective and how I view it. And Quisha, girl, you pissed me off when you tell me I ain't ready. But I'm gonna tell you this. you understand once I pledge to marry you, I am taking on full responsibility as your husband. Therefore, I have a responsibility to take out of certain things that you require of me. So therefore, that is a big commitment. Big commitment. So therefore, like you just said, I understand where you're coming from, what you're saying, but the relationship piece of it, a lot of people get so swelled up in it and then say marriage is a way to fix it. But I'm pledging a responsibility to you. That means that's a forever, but people neglect forever. They say, I want to fix this now instead of saying that I want to fix it for longevity. That is a problem.
So like the examples of a love marriage, I'm gonna throw out some traits, right?
Okay.
And I want y'all to rate these traits. There's 6 of them, and y'all gonna be surprised that love is not one of them. So commitment,
action,
companionship, trust, loyalty, together, and growth. I mean, how would you rate that?
Say that again.
Commitment, companionship, trust, loyalty, building together, and growth. 1 through 5, which one comes first? Anybody?
I have a problem with commitment loyalty part. I think they're defined wrong.
How? Break it down.
In the context of marriage, I was told some years ago, said you get married because you're in love. You stay married because you decide you want to. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not taking the whole, battery or hostile marriage or any of that, but I'm talking about in general. If your spouse loses an arm and all of a sudden he loses his income, does that mean you're gonna leave him? And loyalty is a different thing because you try to be loyal to everybody, but it's physically impossible. You can't be loyal to your children and your husband and your mom and your dad. You're gonna have to pick sides at some point, and at some point you're gonna disappoint all sides at one time or another. So people that feel like
hey, he's preaching. Hey, keep going. That was a major key alert.
Hey, we gotta talk after this. Lord Jesus. That was a little too
I
hard for
think
me.
people understand that it's not going to be this romance comedy thing, and that there's so many times you're going to be like, I don't like you right now, but I love you.
I've heard that.
And there's a lot of times if my wife was here, she'd tell you she don't like me sometimes, but she loves me.
Yeah.
Because she knows that when it comes down to it, we're gonna fight whatever it is together.
And I heard that. I ain't gonna lie. I heard that this week that sometimes you are gonna love me, and it's sometimes that you're not. But I pledge. That's why I said that's a responsibility. When people say responsibility, they feel like, oh, you have to do. No, I pledge this to you. So therefore, I said I'm gonna be everything that you need me to be. Therefore, that is my responsibility. And there's gonna be days that I don't love you, and there's gonna be days that I do love you. But therefore, I understand it, but see, it doesn't matter because it's not like anymore. If I pledge my life to you, I love you. It's not like anymore. That's kid. No, I love you. So therefore, it's a responsibility that I have to carry out because I pledge my duty to you. That's how I feel like it's supposed to be, and that's what I'm saying. As far as marriage, people take it lightly when they're saying that. It is a commitment to say like I'm going to carry off this responsibility,
and that's why commitment comes first. I mean. In my opinion, commitment comes first.
It does come first
because you have to decide that you're going to spend your life with this person, and you have to commit to it, and that's very hard.
Talk to me then.
That's very hard.
I love you over here now. Don't do that to me.
Tell me, Martina. Don't get me started.
We got you started. Tell me your top. What's your top one? You know what I'm saying?
Mine's trust is first for me.
Okay.
I can't commit to nobody I don't trust.
Right.
That's for friendships, relationships, family. If I can't trust you, I can't commit my life to you at all. Period.
But do you find that out first?
Can I trust somebody?
I mean,
yeah.
Well, so you're gonna be dating for like 3 to 7 years to find that out.
About like a year.
I mean, so have you ever heard this saying? You don't know the real person until you move in with that person. You heard that?
I don't really believe that because people don't believe that people's true colors is gonna come out.
I'm just saying, what if I clip my toenails on the kitchen sink? You gonna be mad, right?
But I see that before we even live together.
Well,
he can hide it.
9 times out of 10, he can hide it.
Yeah,
he can hide it. You know.
Certain situations.
I mean, that's why I put the commitment first, because having that mindset that whatever happens, I'm gonna spend my life with this person.
How can you commit to somebody you don't trust?
the trust, I think that comes with the
People can't
growth
do
and the
that.
development, because you probably trust somebody
You trust
half-heartedly.
I will tell you this: I cheat on you, you gonna come back. You sitting there trust me, right? I'm just no. Don't talk about you right now. Let's talk about society, because I done seen.
I mean, some people.
We're not talking about just you. We also talking about society. I've seen a lot of people try to rekindle their relationships and getting back with them, but it's like I trust you to a certain extent, then I do it again.
But depends if
that-
you're male or female.
Right, but
Because the odds say if you're female, you're more likely, 80% more likely to take back a man than
Yeah.
a man that finds out a woman's cheating.
Because men can't take certain things.
No.
Oh yeah,
We
you
come on the
gone.
outside.
Sweetheart, you don't. Do you see the you gone, sweetheart, you go. Yeah, but I mean, that kind of goes along with one of the questions later that we ain't gonna touch right now. I really wish I could ask you this question, because that's gonna set the room on fire, but I ain't gonna do it.
Anybody else? I mean, I only heard what you said. Trust. I mean, keep going. What's number 2?
I
I
mean,
think commitment is number 2. Because if I can trust you, I can commit.
you know what? I'm tired of hearing from you.
No, I'm just saying.
I want to hear from somebody that's really quiet.
Then I
I
probably
got a
commit.
brother over here that
But
ain't
then the
speaking,
third thing is,
and
I
two
don't
sisters
really
that
like
ain't
I don't
spoken.
really like loyalty, because that's really not big for me, because loyalty comes based within myself. I'm not gonna give you loyalty unless I feel like you deserve it.
Is that the first one she just said?
No, trust.
No,
is
trust.
Okay.
Trust.
commitment. So I don't have to be loyal to you if I choose not to be. So, like with my friends, like I can hang with certain people.
Yeah.
So if my friends like going out here and y'all party, y'all getting in trouble, I'm not going down with you. You already know that. I'm ghost. Like
Yeah.
I'm loyal to myself first,
Okay.
because I got things that I need to do in my life. So if you know that I'm not going down with you, then you need to respect that. And then you're gonna be like, oh, you're not loyal? That's what you think. But at the end of the day, my life affects me, it doesn't affect you.
Good.
So you going out here partying, getting drunk, you get this, you know that, getting in fights, I'm not going to jail with you. And if you question my loyalty, at the end of the day, I got goals and stuff that I established for myself.
Will you be there to find me out?
Hey,
That's what I'm saying.
That's
hey.
what loyalty like. Will you be there to find me out? That's all I got to ask.
Hey, and she touched on something. I mean, we're gonna get into that later, because she said goals,
Mhm.
and I feel some way about goals, milestones, and all that.
I-
But
that's the-
anybody else? I mean, what's y'all?
You over here quiet, I'm just,
Okay.
I'm just trying to.
Ask him the
come
first
on.
question. No. Ask him the first question with relationship questions.
All right, we're gonna jump straight into it then. Does love distract you from your goals?
It can. It should. It depends on how serious you are. I mean, I've been in relationships where I've got clearly on track, and I've been in relationships where the person has helped me like regain my focus. But you have to be strong for yourself. You don't know how long that relationship might last. Exactly. You can talk to somebody for a year or could be 4 weeks. You don't really know.
Y'all agree or disagree?
Hell yeah, I agree. That was one of the main things
Hey.
he said. You got to be strong for yourself.
Well, then I'm gonna jump right into number 2, because do you set goals for yourself or for you and your partner in a relationship or marriage?
You're supposed to set goals for yourself first. And at the end of the day, if y'all building with each other, all that comes together when y'all start setting goals for both of y'all. But it always starts with you.
I view it as you and your partner. You have to set goals for you and your partner, because your individual goals, and you get thrown off course by chasing your individual goal. All right, let's say you had a goal to be a doctor by the age of 30. You don't get there. That's gonna throw you all off course of what you're trying to become, and then you're gonna lose sight of your partner in the midst of all of that. But if you set goals with your partner in the beginning, like by the time we're 50, 60, we want to be here. You could work, take on all the obstacles that come your way together. That's the building and the growth. That where that comes, the loyalty.
Communication is a big part of any relationship you got with anybody. You know what I mean? That's what's communication. It's key.
I don't agree with that, because the goals that you set for yourself is for yourself before you even get with anybody. So if I set a goal for myself, like you just said, for me to have my PhD by the time I'm 30, that's the goal I set for myself.
Right.
So when I get with somebody and he's not pushing me to that goal, and I feel like, hold up, I knew I was gonna hit this when I'm 30. What is distracting me from my goal?
Now let's just say you're dating somebody and you have a kid. The biggest monkey wrench in it. What you gonna do then?
What about the kid?
Oh, it's gonna distract you from that 30 goal that you was trying to get to. I'm telling you that.
Not really, because I got 3 kids and I'm working on my PhD. That doesn't distract me. That's just
What I'm saying is this. So you set a goal for yourself. Prime example, I want to be this when I'm 30. I want to have kids when I'm 35. Well, if you're dating somebody, what about you have a kid before that? You get what I'm saying? What are you gonna do then?
But you gotta protect yourself. Like if I don't want kids, if I'm dating somebody and I'm like, look, I don't want kids, and he want kids, he have to understand that I don't want them right now.
So
I have to
So
go with
your individual
Right.
goal
This
and
is
his
right.
individual
See,
goal not gonna line up,
See,
right?
we can't be on two different pages. See, I couldn't date somebody that we not on the same page. So I'm gonna establish this right.
So let me ask you a question. Is that during the talking stage from 1 to 4 years?
Hell no.
I mean, well, I think it is. I think it is. I think it is. I'm sorry.
I had to ask the question.
You should already know.
So I mean,
wait.
are you gonna?
Hold on. I really want to hear from Mel though. I really want to hear from Mel because I heard you say something, but it was like it was going back and forth. Please.
No, I was just saying all that is stuff that should be talked about beforehand, like before you actually.
In the 1 to 4 years of talking.
You know,
In the 1 to 4 years of talking.
However long y'all talk, it should be talked about.
So
Why can't you have individual and
I'm not saying.
I ain't say nothing.
I'm not saying you can't
But
have
he's
individual
on it.
goals. What I'm saying is it's very rare you're gonna find a person that be like, okay, I want to have kids when you want to have kids, or I want to be doing this when you want to be doing this.
Yeah.
So you can't set individual goals.
But see,
But if
that's
a person
here.
love you, they're gonna respect that.
Right, but here's the thing.
Somebody gotta take a back seat.
I want y'all to understand. Y'all going back and forth, but this is all between the talking phases of 1 to 4 years. The reason why I say that is because a lot of people, a lot of people right now, they really are, they're just chasing, or either getting up, going to work, maybe not having that goal. You see what I'm saying? And that's where it's very important, because if I know what you're pushing towards and I know what I'm pushing towards, then we can come together and say, what are we pushing towards? And that's what I'm saying with you. I was waiting for somebody to either bring it up, because that's very important, because I might meet a woman that just does not have the goals. Rob, you're a little older, so you working in a different time zone. Us right now, a lot of them are caught up in a lot of things. So it's like, I don't know if I'm pushing to this. I don't know if I want to do this. So it's like, well, shorty, I mean, your inconsistency is kind of like fucking me up. Like if I really want to feed into that. But a lot of people feed into that, feeding like, oh, I could push her to her dreams. But then again, I get so mixed up to try to push her dreams or try to discover her that I lose myself. So that's another thing that a lot of people struggle with. And you know what I'm saying? And so it is very important to kind of ask these questions. And that's why I said the talking phase is very important, because that 1 to 4 phase is like you can really kind of find that person out. Not say bullshit your time, but really kind of find out where this person is really going, what this person is really doing, which is what this person's really been through, to really like find out what I'm getting into.
As long as you're prepared to understand that it's gonna change. And
It's
by
gonna
that
change.
is you can get through all that and you're going the same direction. And then let's say one of your careers like takes off, and you're one of these workaholics 80, 90 hours a week. Well, if the person you're with, you weren't that person before, you've got to decide that one of the two of you's got to decide, am I gonna support that? Or are we gonna have to separate because these goals can't come together?
And
Because
that's what
some people are passive and
understand.
supportive and other people aren't.
Right. But here's the thing. Non-existent and change is different. You understand?
Exactly. I
That's
agree.
what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Non-existent and change is different. It's okay if your plans change. I'm here to support that. I'm here to guide that. You know what I'm saying? But non-existent, that's different. That's very different. That's a hard
Individual
playing
goals
field.
is different than relationship goals. And I'm telling you, I mean, you can have your individual goals, but you plan on getting a relationship and trying to follow on your individual goals, you're gonna mess up that relationship, because y'all gonna have something in life that changes one of y'all goals, one of y'all milestones. That's why I hate the word milestone, because if you don't get that, you all off track. If you don't hit your milestone,
You tripping.
So you say you can't have both?
I need my
So you
milestone.
can't.
a milestone is, I guess, people plan it for the bottom up instead of the top to the bottom. If you have a goal, it's easier to achieve it than if you have milestones you want to hit, because you're gonna do everything to achieve that goal.
What's wrong with my milestone?
If you don't hit that milestone, then what?
She better encourage me.
But if you hit,
Right.
but if you got a goal, you could alter your path till you get to that goal.
Goal and
But you
milestones are
shouldn't date
different.
nobody that take you away from your goals or distract you from getting there. Because if I meet somebody and you ain't trying to push me,
You ain't the right
like,
one.
look, don't you got more tonight? Like, come on, you need to get up and do your
So
thing.
how can your goal fit in with the other person's goal? That's what
They
I'm
gotta
saying.
want the same thing. I learned to not date people for their potential. Like, I can't see potential in you if you don't see it in yourself. Like he said, I can feed you and like, let's do this, let's do that. It's gonna distract you because you're trying to bring that potential out of this person. But what if this person don't see that potential in themselves? They're just not gonna never do it.
And if I focus
And then you're gonna
solely-
fall back.
Yeah, if you focus solely on relationship, if you go back to the person, then you're going to become distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be unhappy. And then that could potentially destroy the relationship.
And healthy relationships does not distract you from your goals.
Yeah. And your goals will change.
Hold on. Hold on. Healthy relationships. I'm gonna tell you this. I like to eat. I'm gonna put some weight on you, girl. I like to eat. I'm gonna put some weight on you now. But nah, let's go to the next question, man.
The next question is, okay, this is gonna cause a lot of staring.
Yes.
How important is it for chores and bills to be split up?
What?
How important is it for chores and bills to be split up?
If she take out the trash, she a winner. You tell me.
How
What's going on?
important is it? It's important for me, but I gotta say, if I'm paying half the bills, you cooking half the meals because I'm not gonna be in the kitchen.
Hold
7 days a week.
Hold it, Jesus. Say it again.
If I'm paying half the bills, you cooking half the meals. Cause y'all, some men have it where they want you to pay half the bills, but they also want you to cook dinner 7 days a week, make sure the house is clean.
I eat leftovers.
Still,
You see, you hear all the hatred. Lord Jesus. You hear, fellas, help me out.
that's not the point.
Y'all should date somebody like that.
But
You
go
know,
ahead.
like if like seriously, if you want me to step up and make sure that your half the bills is paid, because I mean they hours together, but if I'm paying half the bills, why should I be in charge of that and cooking and cleaning? Like during that time, what are you doing? If we both working 8-hour jobs, you watching me clean. How does that work? So I'm fine with splitting the bills. I don't care about going 50-50, but it's 50-50 with everything. Don't have me in here slaving while after you finish with work, you get to go and play your game. Like, it don't work. Like, what in the
I'm
world?
a 70-30 type of guy.
No, I don't like
All right,
that.
I'm gonna filter that. If you want to split the bills 50-50, are you gonna have a joint account?
Oh,
We could, yeah.
Yeah, we
But-
gonna have it. Are we gonna have it?
If you is financial- Right. Yeah. I don't mind
Do
that.
y'all agree with
If you're
that?
financially responsible.
If we're gonna split the bills and chores,
Yeah,
or we
that's
gonna have a
his
joint account?
Exactly.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that.
I mean, I can see 3, his, hers, and ours.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna pay the bills, I think all the money should go into the bill pot.
Yeah.
And
I
that
like
way,
that.
everybody knows whether or not it's getting done.
Right.
Instead of somebody
That's
getting
smart.
shocked and
I like
surprised.
Can I hold out?
Yeah. You can hold out.
But I
You
don't
can be
believe
home.
Can I hold out? That's all I'm asking.
I'm different. I don't believe in splitting bills.
You don't. You think
What
they
do
should pay off?
believe in?
What do you believe
Tell me
in?
your
Man
religion.
is the provider, so
Right.
therefore that's what God designed you to be. So you have to provide for the
Look at him.
household because you don't want. I'm that type of person that don't expect me to wake up when you get up. We both going to work. I gotta get the kids ready for
That's the
school.
mic. She
I gotta
might
come
need the
home
mic.
from school. We gotta get kids out of school.
Almost
have
left the
homework,
session.
I gotta pay bills. I gotta clean the house. Everybody clothes wash. And you just come home from work and just shower, and your meal is already cooked. The kids is already handled. You can go to bed, but I'm still up, and I still got stuff that I gotta handle for me. So, and then you want me to bend over when you want me to. Like,
That's another question I was gonna ask you. If I'm
that's
paying,
fine. You
if I'm
expect
paying
me
on the
to do all
bills,
this.
if I'm paying on the
Split
bills,
I can have a roommate for that.
I'm just saying, if you ain't paying no bills, you can only tell me no once.
I wouldn't tell you no.
Hey,
But you make the choice
hey,
to
look.
be in that position.
Hey,
You
look,
know, and most people nowadays want
I'm-
financial equal. If you
she
don't,
got it.
You're gonna find somebody that appreciates that.
Right.
She got it.
Relationships
She
like
got
other
it.
pieces. They don't all fit together.
Hey,
I understand
one
that,
that
but I
Hey,
think
brother.
I split bills. But I just
Yeah.
feel like God designed the man to be the man of the house. So
Boom.
he split bills with you.
That's
But you're also
That
willing to
sounds
take
good.
that other role.
But see-
hey, hold on. Let me
But
dive into
women
this.
take on a lot of roles.
I got a
You
question
gotta
for you.
say nothing more.
I got a question for you. Next question.
Oh,
How do you feel about traditional rules?
hold on.
Traditional roles, I'm big on business
Yeah.
traditional because my father takes care of his household. and he's a pastor. That's
Oh, that done told me everything. You a daddy's girl?
I'm not.
No, that laugh
I'm
done
not,
told me
because I got
everything.
3 brothers.
Lord Jesus, we done end the conversation.
They
Shit.
household. Like, if they wives don't want to work, they don't have to.
Let me tell you this about daddy's girl. I do not like them. I don't like them. I don't like
I'm
them.
not a daddy's girl. I'm not.
I don't like them. That is, I love y'all. Keep y'all daughters to y'all. Y'all understand that? I love it. But y'all, I'm trying to tell you, I cannot do a daddy's girl. You want to know why? Because a daddy's girl is going to always stay a daddy's girl. Therefore, you will go to daddy before you will go to me as your spouse, as the issue was going on at hand. Therefore, I'm telling you, a lot of things is like, okay, and this will be an argument. You know what? Well, if you're not going to do it, well, fuck it, I'll go to my dad. That'll tear me up. Because if you pledge to me a responsibility, but if I can't handle it at that moment, you would never give me that opportunity to fix it. You will go to daddy. You should say, all right, daddy ain't going to. So then it'll get to a point that it's like, I'm not even telling you anymore.
I ain't calling my dad. I'm calling my mom.
But that's what I'm saying, though. And you jumped in this relationship, in this marriage with me. Therefore, I'm daddy now. You understand? So I'm just saying, I'm daddy now.
You gotta know if your man can handle that household.
I understand. But still, though, it's another thing that
Okay, so are you paying on the bills then since you want to be dead?
I'm daddy now.
Exactly. He paying all the bills.
Hey, look. Hey, look. If that light get turned off, I'm daddy now. We just doing it.
They got the candles lit.
I don't care. It don't. But still, that's something I just don't like, though, because I feel like you will run to daddy before you will really run to me. And that is something that's going to kind of eat me up. And it's going to feel like I'm not even in this no more. It's you and daddy still. You've been operating on you and daddy so long that it's always going to be you and daddy.
This must be something personal.
No.
I guess you
No.
She keep going back.
You tripping. I'm in the 3 to 7. We in the dating phase, baby. Chill out. But what's up, John?
I just want to ask y'all ladies' opinions on what I'm about to say. I don't mean to, start no drama, but we talk about love. So would you rather go through life with someone where you working with them and things like that, or have this like independent woman mind state? Cause like you take care of yourself already, so you provide everything you need for you and your kids. So why, when you get in a relationship, everything got to be on the man? When you do that yourself. So are you willing to compromise, maybe do a 50-50 thing and not set your standards so high for love, or how y'all feel about that?
I feel like I can compromise on it. It's just depends.
You a daddy's girl. Be
It
quiet.
depends on which role he prefer to take. See, I'm that type of person that's like, I compromise. Like, if he like come home like, look, baby, I lost my job and I can't work. Okay, don't worry about it. I pick up the slack. So when I'm picking up the slack, I'm gonna need you to do something in the process. Like.
One last thing, I got to say this. I feel like, when we say provide, people that look at it as money as opposed to all the other.
Talk to me now.
You may provide her mental strength to get
Talk to me.
And provide everything else for your kids without it necessarily being monetarily.
Major key alert. Major key.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
That my question to you: if you already bringing in money to provide for yourself, what am I providing with money?
That's why independent women come to y'all and say we don't want your.
No, independent come to me and be mad like I don't need you for nothing.
Oh, no, I'm not
Like,
yes.
no, it's not that. No, it's not saying that. It's not saying that, but it's more in the context of doing that. My thing is, we've always talked about this. Men want to feel wanted, so therefore we want to do certain things for you. But then again, if you steal that away from her, what the fuck am I here for?
Some niggas don't want to do that.
But my thing is, when you take my ability to do certain things for you, like that made me feel like you taking the male role from me. That's what I want to do. Even if providing might not be money, it might be saying like, hey, I want to do this for you. I can do this for myself. No, let me do that. Let me feel like I'm dominant, even though I'm not. But you know what I'm saying?
Shoot, I'll
Yeah.
let you do it. Yeah, you got it.
What's up, man?
Next question.
Oh,
I think we're too focused on gender roles. Me personally.
yeah.
I think we should compare strengths and go from there. And you don't always have to do one thing. I always have to do. Like, if I'm a chef, why are you cooking necessarily all the time? We know that I know how to cook that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put that on you because you're a woman.
Do you work in the kitchen to be a chef?
That's true.
I'm just saying,
That's a
like,
valid point.
that's your strength. And if the woman, like, if your girl, she knows how to fix cars and you don't, why not learn? I think this goes back to
traditional roles have changed. I mean, it's no more traditional roles because women are eating.
Being raised in single parent households.
Well, women are bosses now these days too.
I'm just saying.
So I mean,
I'm gonna throw this out there. If we got company coming over, you ain't out there fixing cars. I'm just saying that's gonna hurt my pride. I'm gonna be out there.
Hey,
hurt my pride. I'll be out there.
hold on.
I don't know what to do. I'll be out there.
Hey, hold on, though.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Hey, let me tell you now. But you did touch on one key thing, and that was pride. Pride will fuck a lot of men's up, bro. Pride in a relationship, pride is the number one thing that will end a lot of relationships. Off rip.
Speaking on pride, like how important is for men to date a woman that's on your level? Because I dated men that's like, not saying like on my level financially wise, but mentally wise. Like if I'm gonna do this and I set this goal for this
why
time,
are questions hurt?
you're gonna get there.
He just touched on it though. It's about making us feel wanted
And
or
we
needed.
do all those things, but he's just not pushing to be on your level in that aspect.
See, whoa.
It's that simple that you're not on your level.
Yeah, you know, so when you say that to them, they be like, I'm not on your level, like you need to humble yourself, this and that and the third. But I feel like if I meet a man that's 40 years old and you still sleeping on couch to couch, like, oh man.
It's not even that. I picture to you like this: as all of us as young professionals, I shouldn't meet somebody and you're here, you excel me up here, but you're still here. Whether it's men or women, it doesn't matter. If I meet you here, you should be pushing here, and I should meet you up here because you done did that. But my thing is, it makes no sense for you to push me up here and you stay right here. You know what I'm saying? That's another question. But
Sacrifice. I disagree heavy. Okay. I disagree heavy.
Because some people, I mean, and it sounds like a stereotype, I guess, but some people are happy being disc diggers. Some people are happy being janitors. Some people are happy being nuclear physicists. If you fall in love with somebody that's happy being a janitor and you're a doctor,
you should still love that person.
Out. You know, if you love somebody that much, you'll find a way to work it out. Because I mean, maybe because you work 100 hours a week as a female doctor and he's just a janitor, he only works 8 hours a week. Maybe he's the one that does the cooking, the cleaning, the taking care of the kids going to school. Maybe he's the man. So
Rob, I get you. But when I say you were here, that doesn't mean money wise. You automatically took it as money. I could have took that little bit of 50 cents and invested that, and therefore took care of you regardless. Because if I'm gone and I still took care of you, I still did my job as a man. Therefore, you went and talked about money. Take care of you.
I'm talking about social status.
Right, but
social
I mean
status.
that too, social status, that too. We can touch into that too. But my thing is, it all involves in where you see a relationship. My thing is, if you were here and you were clipping your toenails at the bathroom sink, and you got him clipping his toenails outside, then you up here. That's what I'm saying. But that automatically, people have it in their mind that we're automatically talking about money. You know what I'm saying?
Money rules the world. And money is the main thing to why relationships.
It is, but then again, it goes back to the communication of wonderful years, the talking G. You know what I'm saying? It talks about right. I'm not talking. But it really you have to understand that. I get you, but say if I do put you through school, we put you through school, and then we communicate and say that I love my job, I'm not gonna do anything, but if you're pushing me to have my own job, that's different. I have my own company in plumbing, then that's different. You know what I'm saying? But it's all in context of communication and where we define each other, where we set the goal, our goals to be at. Now, if you're just gonna be a janitor for the rest of your life and just, then you either gotta decide to be comfortable in that.
But is that love though? That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. If you love this person while he a janitor,
you should still love him 20 years down the line if he's doing the same exact thing as a janitor.
Right. But see, at the same time, it's certain things that you could also alter. You know what I'm saying? I would say, my thing is, if I bring in $20,000 a year as a plumber, even though I know that's not it, your woman wants you to at least kind of bump up to 30 to 40. You see what I'm saying? At least do some type of work to kind of elevate and
change. That's the problem all relationships have is they want to change. They want to get in a relationship because they like the person.
Then they want to change them.
Yeah. You gotta take them at face value. You know?
Yeah, face value is the key.
In their ear, then you're gonna have to either they're gonna stop because they love you, or you're just gonna have to accept they're gonna put the car key in their ear. You know, whatever it is that bothers you.
You shouldn't get into a relationship wanting to change a person.
Exactly.
You shouldn't.
I ain't
And
say-
at
I ain't say
any
at least
point in their life,
At least elevate. If I love you, at least elevate. At least elevate a little bit. Just a little bit. I mean, because me loving you, these bills ain't gonna stop.
true.
I'm just saying, I ain't saying that we gotta be rich, but little mama, elevate. You know what I'm saying? At least elevate out your position. I ain't saying that you gotta switch, but at least have something on the side. Shout you know what I'm saying? Get something. You know what I'm saying? Get a hobby. Don't nag at me 24/7 because Brenda and Tula and all of them pissing you off. Get a side hustle. You know what I'm saying?
But
Queen
I
hustle.
disagree.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
disagree.
Yeah,
Do
there you
anybody
go.
else? I mean, y'all want to say something about this question before we move on? We was on how do you feel about traditional roles? Y'all good?
Yeah.
On to the next. I'm gonna skip the sex because that's gonna be at
Please
the end.
don't.
That's gonna be at the end.
Please don't.
But how much information about your relationship should you share with your parents and your friends?
None. I'm saying it. None.
I did
None.
that. None.
None.
Because you tell your mama one thing about him, she gonna hate him about
Yep. What was you saying?
Nothing that's gonna make them look at them differently. It's like if your boyfriend or your husband having enough money to pay the bills and you not yourself, you're not working to help him pay them bills, but you telling your mama, I'm short on rent $200.
Yeah.
Why you telling your mama that?
What happened if
You
I cheat
can't-
on you?
Excuse me?
What happened if I cheat on you?
You telling your mama.
If you're my boyfriend, it's a difference between if you're my boyfriend and my husband. If you're my husband, then I'm in this to work this out.
You still you gonna tell mama? Cause if I pull up mama and she and I ask her for the macaroni and cheese, I don't want to hear you sleep. Are you sleeping with Brenda?
Sexual cheating? Are you seeing it as sexual cheating? It's two different. Talking and cheating, sexual cheating.
Let's go forward. Sexual.
Then I got to distance myself from you.
I'm
I
saying
may not be what you want.
right. I know. I'm saying you willing to accept me back. You gonna tell mama? We ain't talking about.
No, I'm not gonna tell my mama. I ain't gonna let. Why would I let her know that? Why does she need to know that?
Because that's your mom.
Shoot,
I don't care.
I know. I ain't talking about mama. I'm worried about you and daddy. I ain't trying to look at Mr. Johnson like,
I'm not
hey,
telling
look.
you, my friends come to me and be like, look, my man cheated. Look, what we gonna do? We bust him out. Windows is free.
But is you gonna say him at the end of the day?
Stop just joking.
If you ain't gonna stay with him at the end of the day, why you gonna tell anybody?
Because we all need to vent. Like, we all need to vent. We say things out of our mouths.
Okay, so vent to your partner. Tell them what's going on.
Can I answer? Can I?
You cheat.
I think
That's not
That's-
saying you cheated. That's saying
this go back
you
to the
did
talking.
this,
I
why
love
did you
it.
do
this go
Like,
back to
work
the
it out.
talking.
I love it.
This go back to the talking stage. I'm sorry because I think you should have that. You should have that mapped out before you get into a relationship. Because some women just are that daddy's girl, or that mama's girl, and they go back and tell their parents everything. And they do have them best friends that they know everything, even about how you perform in bed and shit like that. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, you should already have that figure out. Now, how much info? That's something you have to work out with your partner because.
Things change though when you get involved because you can talk all about that in the talking stage, but then it'll be different because your action shows more when you date. So my thing is, if you're not about what you're talking about, then what's all this about? Because you can say, "Oh, I'm like this," but then when y'all get in the dating stage, you show me something different.
I don't think that family should get involved at all. I mean, you could talk to them, but I don't think they should get involved.
You tripping. Mama told that. Hey, mama. She cheated on me. What I do?
No, I mean, that's you talking to her. But as far as coming out and, you cheated on my son, this, that.
I'm going to tell you this. Mama don't like you from off rip. So you ain't get past mama, you ain't making it. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you. And this, I think it's vice versa with daddy. Like, daddy's like, look, this dude's stupid. You got to go. This is not happening.
So being good enough.
That is, and it play a part, but I feel like to a certain extent, friends and family should not play a role because then you open that door to kind of sway your mind of whatever's going on.
I feel that way too. And not only just what you just said, but I'm not be able to make the full decision of whether or not I want to take you back if my friend's telling me, girl, you need to leave him. But deep in my heart, I'm like, but I want to give him a second chance. Then I feel dumb when I give him a second chance and the whole time they like, you shouldn't have did that. Like, I got to fight with you over my relationship.
That's why you have to have those supportive friends. That, like,
But
whatever you decide to do, I'm going to be here to support you. Because
Yeah.
I'm not in love with
That
him.
right.
See,
I
but
don't
not
love
every-
him the way you love him.
Yeah,
I don't know
exactly.
what you feel in him
Right.
or see in him. You know, and I'm gonna sit here and support you. I'm gonna
Right.
cry with you if you need to cry. I'm gonna bring a
That's
whole
why you
bunch
just
of
need to
junk
know who
food
to
over
talk
if you
to.
need to eat.
Yeah.
That's a real friend.
You know, like I
Right.
ain't gonna judge you because we all been there, we all done it.
Right.
I don't, if I'm in love with somebody else, speak on a nigga that I'm with, because you don't know him.
Take me back, baby. Take me back. I need a second chance.
I mean, I agree with everything y'all saying, but they shouldn't play a role in your relationship.
In your
But
relationship.
you still should be able to talk to them
somebody.
because your partner could sway your mind of thinking too.
Yeah.
If they doing something, beating you every day and telling you, "Oh, baby, it's okay," you know,
Yeah.
don't go tell nobody. If you don't talk to nobody about that, you're gonna be caught in that train of
It's
action.
very important for women to actually understand that your partner is just not your only friend. We
Yeah.
make a lot of mistakes with our partners being our best friends and the only people we depend on.
Yeah.
Right.
That should not be that way. You need friends.
I feel like, yeah, friends are very important, but I feel like people don't ask what their friend is thinking. What is your plan of action? You know what I'm saying? Because my whole thing is I'm supposed to support you in whatever decision you're making. It's not here to say that what you need to do. I already got everything in my mind, or people telling me what I need to do. I need people to help me think
Yeah.
logically
Mhm.
about where I need to do, where I need to go,
Yeah.
and what makes more sense. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like a lot of people do that
Because
because
you got friends who'll be like, girl, come on, let's go burn his house down.
We still-
Right. Exactly.
and I just feel like that's very important. A lot of people don't really take the time out to really like take in consideration what that person is feeling at that moment or what they want to do in that plan of action.
Yeah.
I feel like it is best to kind of explore that and then be like, all right, if you're gonna take them back, then let's think about what's the best possible action of, you know, trying to get him back and, you know, whatever. But if you're leaving it, then go cold turkey, like fuck
Cut
it.
him off.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like this is just what it is.
So this next question is for the women. I'm gonna start with LaQuisha, and then we could, you know, everybody else could chime in. How do you deal, or how can women deal with trauma in relationships?
How can they deal with trauma? As far as
That's
like
not
what?
just a women thing.
I mean, no, I said I'm gonna start with the women's first, and we're gonna go to the men. Like,
Alright.
I mean,
What you mean by
Yeah,
anything.
that's what I'm trying to figure
Anything.
All
out.
right, we'll put it like let's put it like this. A lot of people go through trauma, and trauma is something that's defined as something that is very drastic, like you losing like
Shape your
a,
personality.
you know what I'm saying? Either that, or you could lose like a father or a mother, or you could go through like an abusive relationship or something that is very traumatic that is gonna hurt you going to the next person. So you're very cautious. But then again, a lot of people don't understand when you're cautious, it causes arguments, it causes distance, causes isolation, all of this stuff. But people don't address that as far as talking to that person, because I might say, you know, I might raise my voice, but the person that traumatized you might have did that, and it caused you to get either whatever happened, whether hit or whatever, but that was traumatic for you. So as soon as I raise my voice, you go automatically go in defense mode. We've already defined in LaQuisha over here that y'all already kind of play like this whole thing in your mind with this. Hey, it happens. But as soon as I raise my voice,
That's why you gotta tell people what you expect from them. Because my ex fiance, he used to curse all the time, and I'm like, hold up, my mom don't even curse at me, so don't ever put me like cursing me.
we
If I
talking
don't wanna
about
deal
we
with
talking
that,
about trauma though,
yeah,
like real
it's
life
like
trauma.
too. Yeah.
I understand that, but that's what I'm saying. Like everybody, trauma is different than everybody else.
Especially if you're like mentally abused. And
Right.
stuff like
But
that.
even let's put it like this: what if you had a brother, you know, that was, you know, might have been into drugs, you know, either addicted, and then now you see him doing drugs, but it's like a trigger for you. But that's what I'm saying. Like that trauma is different than everybody else, but we don't address it. And then when it causes that big gap between y'all, then you explode, and he's looking at you like what's
But
going
people
on?
have to understand the importance of trauma, because you just can't say, oh, I'm traumatized with this and that. Because if you can't come to the person that you date and tell them what you've been through, and they can't comfort you or understand, like, okay, let me try to shift this. Because some men will be like, well, I'm not him. I know that you're not him, but the certain things that you do would probably trigger you. And I appreciate you stop. Like, we can get you some therapy or something like that. I can help you along the way, but you gotta be willing to help yourself and change.
Right.
You just can't say, oh, I'm traumatized and I'm not trying to change it.
And
But if your partner and them doing the same exact thing and he ain't trying to change it, it ain't gonna work.
And are you having these conversations before?
Yeah. You have to. Like, you really have to, because coming out of mental, emotional relationship, it's like when you're mentally abused, you function different. It changes your whole personality. So it's not like you don't want to trust this person. I want to trust you, but it's hard to trust you. But are you going to work with me until I'm able to trust you or show me things that I can trust you? That's different.
Yeah.
But if the person ain't trying to help you change or get there to trust them, then it's pointless.
Right.
I'm still going to be traumatized. Like, you ain't trying to help me in the process. You ain't trying to go to therapy with me. You ain't trying to really figure out what caused me to be this way. Nobody wake up and say, hey, look, I'm this way because I'm this. No, you don't wake up that way. Things happen in life and you get traumatized and you function different. Your whole personality shift.
And the only reason why I would say that, I love what you just said, and I'm not gonna disagree with you. But what if it's on the other side? Like, it's just hard for me to trust you to even let you in, because the slightest thing I did could have been that first date. I might have just passed you the salt the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but it's an example.
But that's why that individual have to get help and find themselves before they even start dating. You just can't get out of an abusive relationship and jump. Oh, okay, I'm going to go jump in another one because he's going to fix it. No, you have to fix this on your own. Like, you have to feel all that hurt. Like, don't jump from relationship to relationships trying to find that love in somebody else. You have to slow down and actually, like, if I need to wake up 2 o'clock in the morning and start crying, let me get up and start crying. If I got to cry in the shower, let me feel this hurt. Because you don't want to feel it again. You know, I'm not going to call my girlfriend and complain about the same thing, but I just told you about this yesterday. You know, so let me figure out what I can do. Like, let me write my thoughts down in the journal. Let me get me some help. So when I do introduce myself to that person, I'm telling him about it in a respectful way. But I don't expect him to fix me because I've already done that. So if I'm dating you and I want you to fix me, you don't owe me that. I should have fixed myself before I got with you, because at the end of the day, I might do something that hurts you. You're like, look, I'm trying to love this girl. She just won't let me love her. Like, I can't take it. I gotta go find me somebody else. That's why relationships don't really last sometimes.
Thank you. That's a lot. That's all I was looking for. But no, the only reason why I say that is because people are very unaware, and it's like people don't even address it. People don't say nothing, and things happen, and it's like people just looking, and you just like, what's wrong with her, or what's wrong with him? And it's like I can't get to this person. All I'm trying to do is, like you said, I'm trying to love on this person, but I can't, because certain things that went on in this person's life that I just can't fix. And then we try to play that fixer because, you know, everybody want to be saver. You know, I want to do this, I want to do that, but it's like it's nothing that you can do. And so it's either within you to kind of say that, you know, am I going to stick around till this person is ready and waste 3 to 7 years? You know what I'm saying? But it wastes 3 to 7 years to finally say this person I'm going to go to counseling, or am I going to get ready to leave? But it's hard because if I pledge my love to you, not even if I'm married, but I pledge my love to you, and I don't want to leave you like this because I felt like maybe I might be an abandoned person in your life, and that's what I'm saying. That is just very hard, and that's why I said I feel like we need to touch these traumatic events because we go through them on a daily, and they're never discussed at all. And then it's like when it happens, or when I do something that kind of mimics it, it's like, damn, you punishing me for that. But I'm trying to help you. And I might have just said, well, you need to do this, that, and that. But then I love the way you do this. But I was so angry and cursing at you and yelling at you that you missed the good part of that I was praising you at.
The most important thing in relationships is self-control. You have to learn, like, okay, if I say this, I don't know what this hurts.
I can't stop eating bacon. I ain't got something.
You know I'm mad right now. Should I say this? Because we say a lot of stuff when we're mad and we're angry. But we don't really take the time to sit back and process it. Like, if I say this, when he walk out the door and leave, and 5 minutes later I'm crying, big, ever come back. You know, so you gotta have that self-control. Like, okay, we argue. I'm not gonna say what I think. Let me just back up, go in the next room. Let's cool off. Just leave it alone.
Ooh, that's you.
You know.
My bad. I was reading comments. What happened?
Addressing arguments when you're emotional. That's you.
That's me.
Yes, that's you. You said that the last time.
What I said that y'all shouldn't.
No, you said that women address things with their emotional standpoint. Therefore, they're not even listening anymore. They just wanted it, just there to argue.
Oh yeah, that's why I said. But to avoid that, that's why I said
confusion in your mind.
No, but to avoid that, I said that you shouldn't argue when you're emotional, because at that point I'm not listening to anything you got to say. I'm fired up inside, and I already feel like I got the answer that I need anyways. You're just there so that I can fuss at you. That's why you shouldn't answer stuff from an emotional standpoint. Is what I said.
So what if I throw trauma in there? What happens?
What trauma?
If you're reacting off a traumatic event and emotions are high and all of this,
It's gonna make it worse. But like she was saying, you have to deal with yourself. I say this all the time. You need to complete yourself before you get into any type of relationship. Because if you're not complete and I'm looking for you to fix me, anytime you having a bad day, I'm having a bad day. Anytime you don't validate something, I feel insecure about something. Or anytime you do something wrong, or if I'm looking for you to make me happy, then when you're not around, I'm just not gonna be happy. So you just need to complete yourself before you get into a relationship with anybody else. Because when they leave, they taking a part away from me. You said what?
Can I jump in on that complete
Sure,
yourself thing?
you can.
I'm gonna drop a little Bible here.
Okay.
If woman came from man's rib, then how can somebody even ever be complete until you find the person that completes you?
Okay.
If that's what you believe.
Mhm.
Now, I'm not saying you have to, but I'm saying if that's what you believe and you want somebody that's complete and then you get into a relationship, you're asking yourself for something, you're asking for something that's not out there, that's not available. If that's your belief.
Okay.
And I'm not saying you're wrong or right. I'm
Right.
just, that to me, that was one of the things, that dating and marriage was about. Is
Yeah.
that, the yin and yang, somebody is stronger at this, somebody's stronger at that. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not much for people that are sick. I'm not very empathetic. My wife, thank God, is. And, she took care of the kids when they were sick, not because she was female,
Right.
but because I'm more of a rub some dirt on it kind of guy.
Yeah.
Get up and,
But I think I get what you're saying, but I was just recently watching something, Stephen Furtick, I think I seen him on Facebook. He was saying, I think the scripture, I don't know if it's about like y'all coming together and becoming whole.
Yes.
But he was saying that it doesn't say two halves come together and become
No,
whole.
it doesn't.
It's
It
like
could be
two,
30, 70.
Right.
You never know.
or it could be 100 and 100 that come whole at the same time. So
So for my males out there, do you agree with this quote? It's a man's world, but a man's world is his woman. I know you do by what you basically just said.
according to everybody here, then I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life.
I ain't say that. I just said you want ready right
Don't
man.
you flip
That's
that
all I
jacket?
said.
Don't even flip that jacket or that hair. I don't agree with
He's
it.
gonna be the guy that he's gonna be single one day and
And
chasing
then,
her around like a puppy the next.
yeah.
And you don't see it coming. It's gonna be a freight train.
I agree.
You on my side? Oh, what? What's going over here? What's this man doing over here?
Come on, Los. Do you agree with that?
It's a man.
It's a man's world, but a man's world is his woman.
Men's on
Men can't do nothing without us. It's just
Yeah,
that
what you want, man?
I'm gonna throw it to you like this. I ain't never heard a man say, "I'm gonna be all right by myself. I don't need no women."
Exactly.
I ain't never heard that. So you telling me that I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life? You tripping? That's all I'm saying.
So basically, I think you're kind of contradicting yourself when you look at the terms of the planned marriage then, because if you waiting to commit.
I'm not waiting. Remember the man ain't shit context we had?
Lord, here we go.
No, we had a whole segment on men ain't shit. And I'm gonna tell you the key
Y'all
thing.
said the same thing about us from what I heard.
I mean, women ain't shit, but
Watch out, man.
men ain't shit. The reason why I said that, and the only reason I said I feel like it's not about me not being in the site. It's about I need to find out what I need. I really need to find what I need.
You don't know what you need.
I do know what I need.
What do you need?
But why would I tell you? That makes it too easy. It makes it too easy.
So you gonna want us to read your mind?
No, it's
That's
not.
what
It's not. It's not about reading my mind, because you can give me anything that I need, but at the end of the day, if I fall off from my spot, then you could also easily replace me with anything.
I feel like that's the main question women ask when y'all go on dates. A man be like, so what you looking for in somebody? You don't ever tell a man what you looking for, because he's gonna portray to be all them things that he's not.
But that's
And then about time you start to show the real him, you already in love. So now you want to keep investing, thinking he's gonna go back to what he was never was.
hey, turn off the mic, shit.
I'm just saying. I'm
Drop
just
it
saying.
Damn, relax.
It's true.
But at the same time, it's like also like it is when we are ready. You know what I'm saying? Like if I just jumped out of a relationship, I'm not ready to jump right back into something. I'd rather more so take my time just because I don't want to go back into something that I just got back out of. But a lot of people feel like men have this this agenda. We always got this agenda. We're always gonna be the same. It's not the same for everybody. And I'm telling you that right now. It's not the same for everybody. But I'm telling you this right now. If I'm telling you that men love harder than women, therefore I'm gonna protect my heart and my soul and everything that I stand for. So I'm not gonna give it to you easily. That shit gonna be a process. You gonna jump high, low, duck, on. You gonna do it. I'm sorry. But
when women do it,
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm about to say. So women can't do it. Like, I'm about to say the same thing.
get out.
Look, she told me to come. I won't about
But no, yes, women should. But you got to understand, men, it's hard for us to lower our pride. Y'all would give like naturally. Me, I'm already kind of hardcore. So then now you go on my pride. Now you go on my pride. Now you go on my pride. Now you do something to make my pride jump up. Just like how y'all got a wall. And then as soon as we do something like cheat, y'all wall go up. As soon as my pride get hurt, my pride is that turn up there. It's not coming down. It's gonna probably take a year for it to come all the way back down again. Because I was vulnerable at one point. And I never wanted to be vulnerable again. Huh?
Like when you man really love you, he's really like a soft.
Oh yeah, because my thing is to you, I'm supposed to be soft to you, but a king to the world. I'm supposed to be a lion to the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to fight everything, but when I come to you, come home, you got my soft spot. You got my soft spot. What's the point of me being hard all day? Come home and be hard to you? Like I ain't trying to do that. Like girl, I'm tired. Like come here, girl. Damn. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Like I ain't trying to be like this 24/7.
So I'm finna stare at the pot then.
I don't know if we've done it on purpose, but have you ever thought it's not necessarily male, female? It's about there's always going to be an alpha in the relationship.
Of course.
Doesn't matter where the gene pool lies. Somebody's going to be the alpha. Somebody's going to be submissive. You never see two alphas. You never see two submissive.
Can I speak on that? I'm gonna let you get in because Oprah came into my life. Whew, Lord Jesus.
That's right. You roll over.
Submissive. Baby, what you need, baby? Got them ill. Yeah. What?
I was just about to say that. Is it okay for the female?
Hell yeah.
Some men don't want that.
Can I go back? Can I hold on?
Well, that's where the janitor thing comes back in. Because you know that janitor's probably the submissive. If that's all he ever wants to do the rest of his life, I respect him for knowing what he wants to do. Because so many of us go 10, 20, 30 years and never figure it out.
But then again, some women that's so independent, sometimes they want to be submissive. Sometimes they want to be like, look, don't worry about it.
But that's the same as the king in the armor, though.
Like, sometimes
you
some women
get to
want
that armor.
Yeah, like some women want that. They want to be like, oh, I can't wait to get married. So my husband like, girl, don't worry about it. My husband handle it. Instead of us saying, okay, I got to figure this out. Let me figure this out. When you're independent, some women actually will be submissive to you guys.
Yeah, but see, I understand that. Even if you made more money than me, if you tell me
it's our money, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, oh yeah, you're right. But still, even if you made more money, if you the breadwinner, if you still made me feel like the man in my house, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that.
Because I used to do that with guys I date. Like, we going to the movies and you ain't gonna pay. Okay, I'm gonna give you my credit card and you're gonna pay for it. Make it seem like you pay for the date. Who knows? Like, who gonna know? Like, they don't know if that's my credit card, your credit card. But just to make you feel like you the man in the relationship.
That kind of fucked with my pride too. Take the cash out and give it to me. It still got your name on it. Like people can read nowadays. Like, don't do that to me. I need cash, baby. Cash.
He's keeping the change too.
Hey, I keep the change anyway. I'm keep the change anyway. Hey, I like that.
So on to the next. Who isn't most likely to change in a relationship?
Man.
That's easy.
The alpha.
Man.
I agree.
Women.
I would say the alpha.
No,
I can't say. I mean, a woman can't be the alpha.
Women ain't changing.
Men ain't changing.
Women, you want to know why I say women ain't changing? Why? Because when women say I meet you, I got a set standard for you and I got a set goal for you. Therefore, I believe in marriage. I believe you need to be here. I need to believe it here. But then when I tell you that I don't like something that's not going on, you're not willing to change that. Because you've already had it set in stone how this is going to go. You have it set in stone. This is going to go this, and this. And when I tell you about yourself, you know what?
Women do change because sometimes we settle for men that's not on our level and our potential.
Shit.
So therefore we do change.
How is that changing?
Expectations that we have.
How is that changing?
We say, okay, we're going to be married. We're going to be engaged by 2 years. We're going to date.
How is that changing?
Yeah, married. Because we're changing our expectations for you guys.
Right, but
so
I'm not
if y'all is down here, if I met you and you down here and I'm up here, And you like, I'm not.
I want you to open. I
open.
want you to open your ears. I want you to open your ears. I'm not talking about your expectations. I'm asking if I'm asking you to change something in yourself to kind of compensate this relationship. Therefore, I hate when you come in and nag or argue. I'm asking you to kind of change your position and how you talk to me is what I'm asking you to change. That's what I'm talking about.
We changed that too.
Yeah, we changed that. We be women.
I'm sorry, women do change.
Yeah,
Women do change.
We can't wait.
We changed a lot.
We gotta let this
Yeah,
go.
we changed a whole bunch.
I stand beside you, but I won't stand behind you.
Exactly.
Sam!
Changed more than
Damn!
Hey, I'm out of this.
Damn!
Hey, I've been on camera.
Go ahead, give it
All right,
up.
you right. I quit. The only reason why I said I quit, I had to come back there. We ain't gonna always. Why it gotta be the man's fault all the time?
It ain't all y'all fault. Sometimes it's our fault.
But no, sometimes women don't want to change because we just talk about people in traumatic relationships and not wanting to get help.
Yeah.
But that's
Because
when
therapy is considered the Caucasian.
We is scared to consider women.
it's not. It's considered weakness. It's not
Yeah,
considered
I don't want
Caucasian.
to go to therapy, but it's so helpful.
I work in the mental health field, and it's a lot of black people in therapy. I think
And
it's
I'm
majority.
very
I think
proud
it's,
of it.
I think it's majority
You
of
have to teach
people.
your kids that too.
So,
It's very important.
but I only reason why I say that is because I feel like women can be stuck in their ways too and fail to kind of see that. I'm not saying that it is women having more than men, because yes, we are definitely ignorant. But I feel like sometimes when you talking to women, especially when you're dealing with emotions, they don't.
Y'all be emotional too, so don't come at me like that.
Y'all get
Y'all really do.
You don't want to text back.
Exactly.
How is that saying
Like,
I'm in my
what we do
feelings?
to you?
If I don't want to text back, then I don't.
Exactly. Y'all be in y'all feelings.
You look at
Like, boy, don't worry about it. I'll get you something. Get that Taco Bell.
I know you ain't talking about something to eat. Because look, you could be whole mad and I tell you, let's go get something to eat.
I'm going.
I'm going
Don't let it be Mexican. You know, women love Mexican. But yeah, man, I really want to ask this person a question because I've been waiting on it, and I feel like it's gonna cause some big controversy. But can men and women just be friends?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
I heard no and heard yes. I heard no and yes.
Depends on the
No.
situation.
I think it's a yes and no.
Okay, talk to me.
I think it's a yes if we getting together and you had like friends from like years and years and years ago, then I'm not gonna beat you up about them friends. They was there before me. But if we getting together and you going out and getting new numbers and calling it a friend, like what are you doing?
Why is that an issue? Though?
That's the
If
issue
you
to
don't
me
trust in a
because
relationship.
no, it ain't got nothing to do with trust. It's if you already got enough friends.
You never have enough friends.
How
No
you know?
new friends.
Because I
No
have
new
different
friends.
And the
No.
new people that I meet, they bring something different
So,
in my life and teach me something different.
You think that okay, let's flip it. Let's say it's you and you going out and you meet a man in the grocery store and y'all having a conversation or whatever. And he asks for your number. You in a relationship. And he asks for your number and
say
say
standard that I already have a man and I'm not gonna cross no boundaries. You know,
You think your man
if
will
I
be
met
a-
this young
Y'all-
man right now,
Y'all
and I'm
limited
messing
to
with
2
somebody,
texts every
let me be
week.
his friend.
Y'all limited to 2 texts every week.
No, I got a lot of male friends.
so
when I
when
was in a
people so
relationship.
if you was in a relationship and a man asks for your number, you give it to him?
Yes, because
Oh.
if you, especially if
See,
you
that's
like,
different.
Hell no.
Yeah,
like a
That's
coworker,
I ain't allowed to do that.
Hell
We
no.
so much, like limitations on. See, we get into relationships and we're
Close.
like, fine.
Oh, you
You can argue me 24/7.
I'm just saying,
You can
like,
argue me
I'm
24/7.
just saying, like, if you're in a
Mm-mm.
relationship with somebody, that trust should be there. That everything should be there.
Trust what?
When you get in a relationship,
Trust
you're
what?
still your own individual. I'm not gonna change things about me how I operate. If I want to meet a male man that want to go out to the bar and hang out and have fun, let's go out and have fun. But if you know I'm in a relationship, we're not gonna cross that boundary.
Yeah.
We just friends. So if he do decide he wanna level up out that little friend zone, well, I'm gonna cut him off.
Well, I
You know
haven't
what I'm saying?
met a man that will let me do that. I don't
The
think I'm
problem
going
is you
to.
put yourself in this situation.
See, here's the thing.
They're
Here's-
just
Being on a
friends.
diet,
No,
you
no,
can't
no.
go to
The
the ice
only
cream parlor
reason,
every day and just look at the ice cream. You gonna lick something.
Exactly.
You know?
We just friends.
but see, here's my thing. Your intent is genuine,
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
intent is genuine, yes.
or it might
But
be.
if my man
even-
come to me and say I got an issue with you being friends with this man, I'm gonna cut him off.
Y'all
No
heard
questions
of
asked.
Wallace, right?
No question asked.
Y'all heard of
Some men
Wallace.
don't want to do that. It's like,
Y'all heard of
like,
Wallace?
I just feel like you too close playing with Pandora's box.
Like, no,
Mhm.
because some women be like, we don't like this female. They be like, she's just a friend. Like, she's just a friend. We'll be like, okay, cut them off. Why I gotta cut a friend off? That's what y'all tell us. Why we gotta cut a friend off? They're just a friend.
My thing is you can make friends, but it's just like you can trust your partner, but you just don't trust the other person.
Exactly.
So it's just like, you know.
Look, shorty,
But
it's
like you just
boundaries.
said, listen to what you just
It's
said, though.
boundaries. It's
I trust
boundaries.
my partner.
It's
But I just don't
boundaries.
trust the other person because my thing is some people can be like, oh no, I got a boyfriend, I got a girlfriend, but that other person may not care. They're gonna still
Yeah.
try to do that.
And
like,
why would
some-
you-
it's like the thing
You
is
just cut
like
them off.
men know what men are thinking, women know what women are thinking as
No.
well. So my thing is like I see you looking at my man over there.
Exactly.
She wants you, but you like, oh no, it's nothing like that. She
Yeah,
just want to be
yeah,
friends.
you're right. Because if I look at the waitress, I gotta order from the waitress like this.
What's up, John? What's up?
So let's say, because all y'all want y'all men to be successful, right? So let's say your man got his own business and stuff, right? And women are a big part of his business, so he has to network and talk to women all the time.
That's
So
different.
they become friends.
That's different.
No, not
No,
associates
it's not.
on business, but friends, and maybe bring him money or this and that.
Stop it.
Are you still gonna look at them in that way, like,
You said what?
Stop it.
What did you just say?
No,
I was just
keep going,
saying
keep
earlier,
going.
Like you
I'm still
can't
gonna look at
always.
them
Like, I'm
as
trying to
negative,
talk
like,
Yeah, I'm trying to figure like I was telling Martina earlier, like we need them friends because sometimes what if you're like for example I'm married and my husband passed away or something like that. I'm gonna need a male friend or a female friend. It really doesn't matter if they're just friends. So if I'm in a relationship with you and he approached me and said, hey, let's be friends. We'll exchange numbers. Okay, let's go hang out. Let's have fun. We're going to Christmas party. But he know I'm in a relationship with you though. So if he cross that boundary and say I want to be more than friends, I'm gonna say, hold up, I'm in a relationship.
You opening the door.
But I have a question. I have a question.
You're saying the man is
Oh
going
my
to
God.
want the relationship. What I'm saying is, and I forget the crudeness, but we've all heard it. A shoulder to cry on turns into a dick to ride on. And women are very emotional.
Hello.
I don't care how trustworthy you are.
No.
If you catch
That's
them at the
why
right
I was
emotional
asked-
state, they will develop
Don't
feelings.
See, but that
They
goes
will
back into
develop
what I said.
feelings.
That's what goes back into what I said. Yes, I could be a friend to you. But then again, once we arguing and we continue to argue, the relationship gets bad, the relationship gets rocky, then you open up
Come on
that
in.
door for that to happen. And it might not just be with everybody, but it's that one person.
No, let me hit you. Let me say something about that because you think like, okay, this is the man and I'm gonna go sleep because we're going through our stuff. Don't date somebody that's weak to temptation because if me and my man going through something and I gotta go run to this person, that's not good. You're weak to temptation.
Weak to
like,
temptation.
I'm not
You done
doing
took me
that.
back twice after I done cheated. What you mean? You already weak.
Oh no, I don't take men that.
Not me, like huh?
You cheat one time. with me.
I understand, but I'm saying there you go talking back to you.
I'm just
This
saying
is-
that
this-
goes women though. But I feel like we lose ourselves in relationships so much that we feel like we can't have friends outside of the men that we're dating.
It's not
And
that.
then when that relationship ends with that man, we trying to figure out like, damn, like only thing I had was females. Like I need a male perspective. Because sometimes women is wrong. And sometimes I text my male friend, be like, look, I said this to him. You think I'm wrong? And he'll be like, chew me out. Like, damn right, Sierra, you wrong.
Right.
You need to go apologize.
But then again, if we land in bed, we watching Netflix, and you like, ha ha ha, Don is crazy. What the fuck you mean Don is crazy at 9 o'clock at night? It's no. It's I'm just saying it's boundaries in a relationship. That's what I'm saying. But it might be that one text that at 9 o'clock that's like, oh well, shit, I got away with that. Let me push it to
Okay, I got a
9:30. Just with a couple.
No,
Not,
but she
just
has-
one
No, I got a
text.
question.
One text lead to like 4 or 5. Then 5 or 6. Huh? I'm telling you, it's boundaries with it.
Yeah,
you know
but
what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
like it's okay to have-
Put it like this: your phone better be on Do Not Disturb after 8 o'clock. You feel me? Like I don't want to hear none of that. Like it's just on Do Not Disturb. Nobody is texting you. I'm texting you. That's it. We good with that?
So what if you do have
You
friends?
ignorant.
Because you said that's okay in your relationship, and that man, your intention is good, but that man crosses the boundary.
Okay.
Do you
I'm
keep
gonna
them
cut
on?
off.
You will cut them off? Oh, okay. No, I missed
said
that
I'm gonna cut
part.
them off.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I had I've been in my whole engagement and I had friends that I met. We hung out,
Period.
drinks and everything.
That's
You know I was
what's up.
engaged, but when as soon as he crossed the line, like, oh, let me buy you something for Valentine's Day.
Alcohol.
Hold up, bro.
Yeah.
No,
Alcohol. You talking about alcohol like drinks, right?
I don't really drink for real. I don't drink
Oh,
alcohol.
okay,
I don't really
okay. Because the only drink you drinking is Kool-Aid. Ain't gonna be no alcohol drinking. And look, if you drink alcohol, I'm there. Hey, we leaving together.
But look, we're gonna wrap it up with this. The last question: sex. How long between intercourse should you wait? I'm not gonna answer that question. Y'all know
We
me.
grown. I don't speak to everybody else, but I'm grown.
I mean, cause some men want it all the time. Women be pushing back. So this a question for the women. I mean, how long?
How long you wait to sleep with somebody when y'all first meet?
No. Between sexual intercourse. Is it a time label? Days.
Wait, like,
Yeah.
for example.
I mean, I'm asking. Days a week. 7 days a week. How long should you wait?
You talking about between different partners?
No.
Same
Same
person.
person. No, because y'all say every day. Then
I mean, if you gonna ask that question, I need to know how many times is acceptable during the week.
that's what I'm saying. Like, how long? should
How
you wait?
many times do I get it that day?
Cause you tell a guy every day, they gonna want it any and every day.
I feel like that's
I mean, you agree too? I mean, that's any. I mean, whenever. You said what? Whenever you want it. I mean, is this for the guy or for the girl? So whenever the guy want it. So whatever the guy want it.
Whatever you go. I'm not about to be with somebody and tell them no. I don't do that.
Guys. Y'all ever had whenever y'all want it?
Exactly.
For real?
Dang, you ain't never had no one never girl.
No. I'm just saying, because some women do be pushing back. And this was a topic. Like, women say, oh, we should do it 3 days a week.
I feel
4
like
days a
it
week.
depends on the level of relationship. Like, if y'all like a relationship, y'all been dating for like 2 or 3 years. Well, what time you going lunch? I'm coming over. Like, you know, like, it's whenever. Like, it helps us keep our emotions down, though.
Hold on.
Like, if we bitching all the time, like, for real. If one of y'all women is complaining all the time, more than likely she want to have sex. I'm just being honest.
Y'all want
we
to expect
bitching
that answer.
and nagging all the time, all day.
Huh?
I'm guessing y'all want to expect that answer.
Nah, I won't expect that answer at all.
Is this mic working? To all the women out there reporting live, make love to your husband.
Like, it's back to what she said. If she's saying no, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
There's something wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
So you saying if she say no, it's something in the relationship that y'all
That
not
needs to
clicking.
be fixed. Yes.
Well, I mean, I used to say it's not a physical issue.
Unless she just tired, like unless you just tired.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm talking about.
that's
Especially saying y'all take all the
First
time.
of all-
It took me years to
first
figure
of
that out.
I'm in my 20s and ain't no getting tired.
No, but
It ain't no getting
but if you're
tired.
in your 20s and in your relationship, you got 2 kids, she's more tired than you are. If she's the one doing most of the child stuff.
Now you gotta make time for that. I'm sorry.
You gotta make time for it, but I'm just saying, it ain't gonna be like it used to be when you first hooked
That's
up.
what I mean. That's what I was getting.
Yeah.
You married.
I know I'm married.
Shut your married ass up.
No, I'm asking because I never heard that answer. I'm not gonna lie. I never heard no whenever. Like in a relationship,
All right, so
anything
what?
like that.
Let's
I
Let's
never
take it
heard
back
no
to
whenever.
Sam without kids and Sam that just jumped into
In a
it.
relationship wise, I never heard no whenever.
I'm saying, I'm talking about before you had kids, when you got into the marriage and it was fresh, was it the no?
My thing is, how much should you try? I mean, that's the thing.
You shouldn't
Like,
even try. If you tell me.
no, okay, whatever. I want to hear. I'm listening. I'm listening because this is something.
Like, whenever, like, when you ask for it, you shouldn't even have to ask. That's just, it just happens. Whenever it happens.
I ain't got to ask.
Like, hold on.
It's more like it's planned for it, 'cause my thing is y'all could just be sitting in the bed watching a movie and then y'all just get in the mood to have sex. So it's just like
Yeah.
it's just
What's the response?
Homegirl Sherelle said pushing back is only acceptable during certain circumstances. You only get a certain amount of free passes a year.
But that's like if you have a baby and you got like a C-section.
That's
I
from a
understand
woman
that.
though.
Or if you like on your cycle or something, yeah, that's acceptable. But if my nigga come home fresh off of work and I'm in the shower and he join me in the shower, then it's gonna happen either way. Like, I'm just saying, like every single day we going. I'm coming.
Yeah.
That's just
No,
me.
because I never heard this. Like,
I can't speak for everybody. That's just.
Let me add. I gotta add in the shower to this note. In the shower.
I agree with Sherelle. You only get so many free passes because
I have to-
What do y'all mean by free passes when you in a whole relationship or marriage with somebody?
So your man come to you 10 times a day and be like, I want to fuck. You gonna let him hit 10 times?
I'm gonna be okay with that.
10?
I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, but
Well, it depends on her sex drive. It depends on her sex drive.
no, I mean,
But you talked about trauma earlier, so let's put it in some sort of context. Say you get through a trauma, I hope not, but a parent passes away. And that doesn't necessarily put you in the mood to want to do it,
Yep.
you know, but at some point, this can't go on months. You know, at some point, no offense, but you've got to connect physically or that relationship will start to wither. That's all I think we're trying
Talk
to say.
to me. Hey,
That's all I think we're trying to
You
say.
said
I'm
it better
phoning
than
a
me.
friend every time.
You
I'm
said it
going
better
to
than
Robert.
me.
I'm going to him every time. He holding me down.
On the same level when y'all love each
Yeah.
other like that. That would never get that way no matter what
Exactly.
you go through or anything. Shouldn't get that way.
I mean, but men sex drives are crazy.
But if my mama died and you asked me to have sex that same
But
day,
you should have
That's
a
the
respect.
thing.
You the wrong person.
But
Like,
months,
you should
I
just
get that.
understand. I shouldn't have to tell you that, so I shouldn't have to tell you
No,
now.
you gotta understand that if my mother
Like I
passed
said,
away,
they love you.
a
They
man
make
that
it
goes,
Yeah, exactly. They gonna ask that. Exactly.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's get one. Let's get one. Let's get one voice. One voice. One voice. One voice. So nobody want to be put on the spot, huh?
No, I'm just saying that she's right, but how long is considered reasonable is different per person. You know, if you grieve in a couple months, that's a heck of a dry spell. You know what I mean? And he still could be supportive, but still physically want something. You know,
I look at it as if my mama passed away today or tomorrow. I have to.
I get that.
I'm already prepared.
I get that.
And I understand I already have kids that I have to live for. So I can't grieve for 2 and 3 and 4 months because every day somebody's going to die. The time is going to come.
You got to
So
understand.
if I dwell on it so much, I'm working up my family. My kids are suffering because they need me. They're the only ones they got. Do I have to grieve for 3 and 4 and 5 and 6
It
months?
depends because
You know.
your relationship could have been. You a daddy's girl now.
No, I'm not.
I'm just saying. You a daddy's girl right now. But the relationship could be so close knit that it's like depending on how that person went too. It could mess you up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying as a man, I can rely on Pornhub. You just gonna have to give it to me. You just gonna have to give it to me. And that's just what it is. But as long as you just don't guilt me for it and we can work through it, just give me my time in the bathroom. That's all I ask.
well, and maybe TMI, but sometimes there's a rule in my house. Sometimes, you know, once or twice a year, I'm allowed that. You just got to take one for the team.
Oh, Pornhub it up.
No, like she may not be interested,
But
but
she have
you
to
know,
do it.
it's not. She's not going to just, you know, but she's going to participate. Like I said, once or twice a year, that I get that right to say, and I understand if it's something else going on, you know, but once or twice a year, sometimes you just, baby, just take one for the team.
Sierra said 10 times a day, fellas.
Sometimes I got to play my head game there.
Hold on, say it again. Say it
And I
again.
ain't
Sierra
done.
said 10 times a day. Hey,
Hey,
she said 10 times a day, fellas.
I got tinted windows, baby.
Exactly.
I got tinted windows.
You just get them to sponsor the podcast. They get no ass, they got to glass.
Oh man, yeah,
Sir.
yeah, man.
Exactly right.
What we got left, man? Let's take us out.
I mean, I want to thank all y'all for coming out here. You know, we trying to bridge the gap between man and woman with relationships. I mean, for our generation, divorce rates, breakups, all that. And how can we fix that as a whole? So by us coming out here talking about it, I think, you know, hopefully the viewers took something from this, learned something, and we could continue moving forward.
I mean, the only thing I gotta say to wrap it up, man, of course, is thank everybody coming out here. Like, this is big because a lot of people don't want to discuss it, or they discuss it amongst just female or just male. So it's like you don't really get the full grasp of it. You know what I'm saying? And then just all of us giving us dynamics of how we view relationships and how we work through relationships, how we communicate, how we do this and that. Regardless of the situation, somebody in here helps somebody else in their situation or just moving forward. But that's what it's about. It's about all of us coming together and striving for a greater purpose and trying to find that next person, or what can you do to get better. So like I said, with just us hosting this and y'all coming out, man, I appreciate y'all, dearly. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all for coming out.
Oh, I like the vibe. I appreciate all the perspectives. It's really good. I think it's good for everybody to be able to sit together and talk like this and not be fussing and angry and upset about what different opinions and stuff like that. So I really like that, just that we're able to be civil, express how you feel. You can be open, honest, and not be judged about what you got to say.
And to the man that made this all happen, is there anything you want to say?
I enjoyed the heck out of this. I'm glad to see, because this is not what I thought a podcast was. And this is a heck of a lot better than just, no offense, 2 or 3 people sitting there giving their own opinion.
Right.
And you're right, we all learned a lot. And I think that's what will help make things change.
Anybody
Thank
else?
you for your time.
Anybody in the audience want to say anything? What's up?
No Gold Galaxy?
Oh my. See, he looking out for me. I said it in the beginning though, but if you don't, follow Go Galaxy. I sell planners, journals. I'm all about women empowerment, leveling up, following your goals. It's on Facebook, just Go Galaxy. On Instagram, go.galaxy. He's really looking out.
Yeah, I know. And then shout out to driving school and take us out.
Yeah.
2 Hands Driving School, best driving school in the area, lowest prices, great class. You will learn something. Please check Mr. Robert Hands out. Thank y'all.